Today we're taking a look at these college basketball matches, which are happening on Monday, March 21st, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 500 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting picks that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. FGCU vs Coastal Carolina. The Florida Gulf Coast Eagles and the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers meet Monday in college basketball action from the HTC Center at the Basketball Classic. Florida Gulf Coast is 20-11 this year. The Eagles beat Detroit Mercy in their last game. As for Coastal Carolina, they're 17-13 so far and coming off a win over MD Eastern Shore. Check back all season long for free college basketball picks at Sports Chat Place. Our first pick is Coastal Carolina. And here is why. Offensively, Coastal Carolina was in the top half of the Sun Belt Conference, and their efficiency numbers will help them keep pace with most teams. The Chanticleers rank 132nd nationally in scoring, but are 67th in three-point percentage, helping them stay in quite a few games. The key for them though is their offensive rebounding, which they shouldn't have any issues with in this one. The Eagles struggle on the defensive glass, and if the Chanticleers can take advantage of second chance opportunities, it could be the difference. This is expected to be a battle between two teams on Monday night who do not want their season to end yet, but Coastal Carolina will find a way to come out on top in this one. The rebounding edge on both ends will be the main difference, while the Chanticleers have the ability to feast on second chance opportunities themselves while limiting Florida Gulf Coast success. In the end, Florida Gulf Coast likely hasn't seen a defense as stout as Coastal Carolina's, and having to go on the road too will put a punch into them early. Additionally, according to Covers.com, the Chanticleers are 4-1 at TS in their last 5 games overall. Our second pick is over 144.5 points. And here is why. Offensively, Florida Gulf Coast will aim to push the pace and will want plenty of shots going up. The Eagles rank 36th nationally in scoring and are 140th in field goal percentage and 122nd in three-point percentage. Their biggest advantage though has come on the offensive glass, where they rank 29th nationally. Their ability to generate second chance points continues to give them the ability to impress on the offensive end. The defensive side of things has been the weakness of this group this season though, and could be their downfall in this tournament. They rank 284th nationally in scoring defense, and for as strong as they are on the offensive glass, their struggles on the defensive have continued to let them down. The key on the defensive end is Samuel, 3.0 BPG, but without a strong effort from the perimeter, his impact can only be so much. USC Upstate vs South Alabama. The South Carolina Upstate Spartans will travel to the Mitchell Center to take on the South Alabama Jaguars this Monday night in the quarterfinals of the Basketball Classic. Our first pick is South Alabama Jaguars minus 9.5 points. And here is why. The South Carolina Upstate Spartans improved to 15-16 on the season after defeating the Appalachian State Mountaineers 80-74 this past Tuesday. South Carolina Upstate allowed Appalachian State to fight back after leading by a 39-30 margin at halftime. However, the Spartans were outstanding down the stretch and pulled away late after closing out the final 141 of regulation on a 6-0 run. South Carolina Upstate shot 45.5% from the field and 45.5% from beyond the arc, while allowing Appalachian State to shoot 46.0% from the field and 39.3% from beyond the arc. Leading the way for the Spartans was Josh Aldridge, who had 24 points, 3 rebounds and 1 assist. South Alabama has a way that they will be able to defend down low, as they are averaging 5 blocks per game. The major difference as of late is on the defensive side of things, as the Jaguars are giving up 62.5 points in their previous 4 games, while the Spartans are allowing 74.8 points in their last 5 games. All in all, go with the South Alabama Jaguars to win by double digits in their own building here. And our second pick is under 139.5 points. And here is why. The South Alabama Jaguars have been doing pretty well on the offensive side of the ball, as they are 177th in the sport, as they are averaging 71.3 points per game, but are tied for 342, with 11.7 assists per game. Senior guard Charles Manning Jr. is leading the way as he has put up 15.9 points and 3.6 assists per game. If the offense can continue to flow well throughout the entire team, it will be extremely difficult to knock them out. The offense of the South Carolina Upstate Spartans has been doing decently well so far, as they are 181st in the country with 71.2 points per game and 150th in the sport with 13.7 assists per game. The bulk of the scoring goes through senior guard Bryson Mosen, as he is averaging 15.4 points and 5.6 rebounds per game throughout the season. Expect the points to flow from this side, as they are doing very well offensively. Ohio U vs Abilene Christian. Ohio defeated the Rice Owls 65-64 on Saturday in the opening round of the CBI tournament. Mark Sears scored on a layup with only 4 seconds to play to give the Bobcats the victory. Jason Carter was the leading scorer for Ohio with 26 points, while Ben Vander Plas scored 13 points. Ohio was out-rebounded by Rice 41-32, but the Bobcats committed only 8 turnovers and forced the Owls into turning the ball over 14 times. Ohio improved to 25-9. Dwight Wilson 3 is out. Our first pick is Abilene Christian Wildcat plus 1.5 points. And here is why. Abilene Christian is holding opponents to an average of 66.0 points per game. The Wildcats are giving up a field goal percentage of 43.5% and a three-point shooting percentage of 32.8%, which are 197th and 151st respectively in the nation. Abilene Christian is being out-rebounded, as the Wildcats average 30.9 rebounds per game, but allow an average of 32.2 rebounds per game. Abilene Christian's leading rebounder is Simmons with an average of 5.5 boards per contest. Reggie Miller is the leader in steals with an average of 2.0 per contest, and Simmons is the leader in blocked shots with an average of 0.6 watts per game. Ohio's defense is holding opponents to an average of 67.4 points per game, which is 130th in the country. The Bobcats are allowing an average of 44.3% shooting and 31.1% three-point territory. Ohio averages 31.3 rebounds per game, led by Carter, with an average of 6.9 boards per contest. Ohio is allowing an average of 32.2 rebounds per game. Carter is the SWAT leader with an average 1.1 blocked shots per game, and Vander Plas is the leader in steals with an average of 1.8 per contest. Abilene Christian has played very well through its conference tournament and the first game of the CBI tournament, as the Wildcats are 4-1 straight up and 3-1-1 against the spread over that stretch of 5 games. Abilene Christian has covered the spread in 9 of its last 12 when playing at a neutral site. The Wildcats are holding opponents to an average of 66.0 points per game, while scoring an average of over 10 points more per game at 76.9 points per contest. Ohio has struggled to cover the spread against strong opponents, as the Bobcats have failed to cover each of the last 4 against a team with a winning record straight up, and in each of the last 5 when playing against a team with a winning percentage of more than .600. Overall, Ohio has failed to cover 5 of the last 6. And our second pick is under the total, and here is why. Abilene Christian is scoring an average of 76.9 points per game. The Wildcats have scored 82, 76, 78, and 82 points in 4 victories during their conference tournament and in the opening game of the CBI, which resulted in 4 victories. Abilene Christian's only loss in their conference tournament was to New Mexico State, and the Wildcats scored just 52 points. Arion Simmons is the leading scorer for Abilene Christian, with an average of 11.8 points per game and is shooting 48.4%, while the second leading scorer is Corian Mason, with an average of 11.6 points per game and shoots 43.7%. Damian Daniels hands out a team-best 3.2 assists per game and as a team Abilene Christian averages 14.9 assists per game. The Wildcats turn the ball over an average of 12.5 times per game. Disclaimer: no financial advice. The information on this channel is provided for education and informational purposes only, without any express or implied warranty of any kind, including warranties of accuracy, completeness, or fitness for any particular purpose. The information contained in or provided from or through this channel is not intended to be and does not constitute financial advice, investment advice, trading advice, or any other advice. The information on this channel and provided from or through this channel is general in nature and is not specific to you, the user, or anyone else. You should not make any decision, financial, investment, trading, or otherwise, based on any of the information presented on this channel without undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional broker or financial